Minasan konnichiwa. My name is Bart Merrill. I am the Side Hustle Samurai. Today we're going to talk about why anyone even needs a side hustle. I'm going to share some stories and some ideas that will help you be prepared for what happens when what happens, when life happens, because ultimately life does happen. If life were to happen to you today, if you had a medical emergency, a large medical expense, house expense, car expense, would you be prepared financially? What if it's cancer? What if it's just Christmas? If Christmas were to happen today, are you prepared? I like to say, be prepared for whatever happens when what happens, whether it's cancer or Christmas. What happens when what happens almost happened to my wife and I several years ago. My wife, Hiroko, she's Japanese and she goes home to visit her family every year. While she's there, she often gets her health checks done. She called me from Nagoya, Japan, and calmly informed me that the initial test indicated cancer. Whose life hasn't been affected by cancer in one way or another? My brother died at age 53, two sisters at age 62 from cancer. My mind was racing. What would be going through your mind if you were in my situation? My wife is overseas. She tells me the type of cancer. I'm Googling the cancer and getting all this information. And we have to wait 8 days to find out what the outcome is. My first thought was, I could lose my wife. Sadly, my second thought was, we can't afford this. Why do my thoughts go to money so quickly? Money isn't everything, unless, is it? If you don't have any, or you don't have enough. I'm afraid that I don't have enough to be by her side and drop everything and be right there with her as she goes through whatever it is she's going to have to go through. I felt helpless, inadequate. So, what about you? If something were to happen today, are you prepared financially for when life happens? What if you lose a job? What if I could help you with that? What if I could help you identify your ideal side hustle? A side hustle that gives you a second, third, or fourth stream of income. And it's likely something that you might be already doing. Is that something you would want? Stick around. We're going to go through that in a little bit, at least part of that. Let me rephrase that. On average, millionaires have 5 to 7 streams of income because they have that so that they have the financial security to deal with whatever happens when what happens. Now, I'm not here to tell you I can help you become a millionaire, but I am here to tell you I can help you create financial security by monetizing those things that you already know or do. We take a look at, what do you like to do? What do you need to do? What are you already doing? Can you monetize 1, 2, even 3 of those things so that you have the real resources to deal with whatever happens when what happens, when life happens? Because, my friends, life does happen. I have never had a real job. My sisters call me a professional bum. I'm not a bum. I've just never done the real job thing. I've always just followed. I look at my life sometimes and I say I'm lucky that things just have happened. I've followed my dreams, followed wherever life led me. But I call luck, and not just me, it comes from Seneca. Seneca says luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. And I add, when preparedness meets opportunity and you take action. That's what this channel is to help you do. It's to help preparedness meet opportunity, and help you take action, help you identify the stuff that you're overlooking. Actually, I think I'm going to close this video with that story. You're going to probably hear it several times on my channel because it's very important. Sometimes your biggest opportunities are right there in your own backyard. Have you heard the story of Acres of Diamonds? It's about a Persian farmer, Ali Afed. He sold his farm to go in search of diamonds. He died broke, alone in a foreign land. He never found his riches. The farmer that purchased his farm was watering his camel in a brook. And as he was watering there, he looked down and he saw this weird stone in the water. He picks it up and it was a diamond. He found acres of diamonds in what was Ali Afed's backyard. My family, we have a similar story. Instead of acres of diamonds, it's called acres of pig poop. I grew up in a small town in southern New Mexico. There were more pigs than people in my town because of us. Dad was a pig farmer. At any one time on our farm, we would have around 19,000 pigs. We ran 2,000 sows. You know what a sow is? It's a mama pig. A mama pig can give birth 2.5 times a year. And on our farm, we average 9.97 pigs per litter. Now, for you mathematicians out there, 2.59, that equals a lot of pig poop. We had these 3 man-made settling ponds that we called the lagoons that we would divert the stuff into. Go to this one year, next year this one, and we would just rotate them every year. Now, Dad, he wasn't just a pig farmer, he was a businessman. And in his mid-60s, he decided it was time to shut down the pig operation and go in search of his next big thing, his next acres of diamonds, his next big opportunity. He died at age 81. He never found it. Like Ali Hafed, he didn't find it. We sold the pig farm 2 years later after his death for $235,000, a fair price for the property at the time. The new owners of our farm, they were leveling those man-made ponds, the lagoons. They had been dry on top for years. But as the heavy grader was going across the top, it broke through the crust and sunk up to its belly in this black muck. They called in experts to have a look. And right there on the spot, the experts offered the new owners of our farm $2,000 a ton for the stuff. That's $1 a pound for old pig poop. The farm that we sold for $235,000 was now worth over $1 million. 500 tons of old pig poop was acres of diamonds right under my dad's nose. So what about you? Where are your acres of diamonds? Where is your opportunity? Where is your ideal side hustle? Are you about on the verge of discovery, or are you overlooking it like Ali Afed and my dad? It could be right in your own backyard, right there within your grasp, right there under your nose. It may even look like a pile of pig poop. So it's up to you to discover that your acres of diamonds, your perfect opportunity, your ideal side hustle, and I'm here to help you do it. A lot of times we just need a memory jogger. We need something to help us figure it out. And there's going to be a link for a video right up here. And I'll also have a link in the comments for what I've put together for you. The 25 successful side hustles for 2025. It is your opportunity to just go look at those ideas and see if anything jogs things in your memory. So why do you need a side hustle? I say you need a side hustle to create financial security so that you can have the resources to deal with whatever happens when what happens, happens. Because, my friends, stuff happens.